Hi, Shrikant. Sir, could you hear me? Hi, Prem. Prem.
Hello.
Yes. Yes, sir. Could you hear me? You have Shrikant and Urpa, okay, for MDG training, S4HANA MDG training.
Okay.
Can you
Hi,
start?
Hi, group Ramu. Hello.
Yes.
Hi, guys. Okay, so just before going ahead, we'll just like to know a brief about ourselves, like what your experience, what's the background of your experience. Can Shrikant, are you there? Hello. Guys, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Shrikant, I think he connected without the audio or something, I don't know. So he can proceed.
Yeah. Okay then. So, but at least I'll just like to know, so that you are working in SAP, or what is the background? Do you know SAP, or you are very fresh to SAP, or you are working in SAP and just in some module and then coming? So that then it will be better to go ahead, so that we both are in the clear, on the same page. We all of are on the same page.
Yeah, actually, I'm not in into SAP background, so I learned some modules, HTMM. Yeah, I haven't worked on them.
You're fresher into SAP.
Yes.
And what you mean? So you are completely fresher, or how is it?
Yeah, I'm not completely fresher. I have a six years of experience in other technology. I'm a developer actually in Angular.
Okay.
So learning SAP.
Okay.
Since a year, I've been learning SAP modules.
So that means you have learned SAP MM and SAP SD. So you know the process and all.
Yes.
And you are developer, so that means you're from technical background, so you know the technical things also.
Yeah, I have basic knowledge on the ABAP related things.
Okay, fine. Got it. So Shrikant, he cannot. Uh, hello.
Hello. Yeah, this is Srikant.
Yeah, Shrikant. Hi. So we'll just like to know about your background in the technology part.
Oh, okay. I'm on SAP. I think is close to 22 plus years now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I have some background on master data management. A while ago, did some work on MDM, and also had a chance to work with SAP implementation on consumer products company. I think that was the initial implementation for the consumer industry, and I believe SAP took the blueprint of that and started doing MDG. It was way back in 2007, I believe, 2007 or 6. I don't remember exactly. But since then, I have not really. I mean, I worked with the business and implemented certain things on MDM, but eventually I had to move on to some procurement areas of SAP, and then didn't get a chance to work on MDG. And one of my friend is really onto MDG, So we just got to know that MDG is kind of picking up in association with the S4HANA. Earlier, I thought it was not that doing that great because with the business suite or ECC, but on S4 it's really picking up. So that's what I heard so far.
Okay, thanks. So thanks for introduction. So you have good exposure to SAP and all the modules. So
Yeah, I worked on most of the modules except FI. On most of the supply chain area, I worked on SAP.
so you are from mostly, if I understood, you are mostly now in the functional part. From the business point of view, getting the requirement and understanding the business
Yes.
processes and all.
Yeah, currently I'm working on the cross application area of document management system on the discrete manufacturing industry. On the defense side, I'm actually on the defense side.
Okay. Good.
Mhm.
So, okay, so fine then. So I have the MDG exposure of, I have implemented MDG like 6 to 7 clients for the 7 clients, 7 end-to-end implementation in SAP MDG. And I have worked, what to say, on all the data model that is provided by SAP standard data model like MMBP. And I am also a techno-functional consultant. So yeah, this was just a brief introduction about myself. And on the industry exposure, I have almost 15 years of experience. Okay, so moving ahead, what MDG provides, okay, what MDG provides to us. So MDG is a solution like as master data was already involved, that was available from MDG from SAP point of view. But that master data management was not into SAP as a product. It was bought into MDM as it was said as SAP MDM, NetWeaver MDM, but it was bought or it was acquired from other companies. So it has a different landscape, and altogether it was separated from SAP. So now when they thought, so why not to make integrated product with SAP? So they have bought this new module, SAP MDG. And as you know that SAP has its own technical own programming language, that is ABAP. So it is mostly built on ABAP technology. And so now before it was MDM. So now what they have they said that it will govern your data. So that's why they have given this name as a governance of master data. That is master data governance. And what SAP provides you. So SAP provides you as in MDG product, you will be getting this standard data model as a predefined data model from material, vendor, and customer material. We say BP in S4HANA, we say BP. So BP combines both vendor and customer, and then we have finance. That is for OG, that is a finance data model. And partnered with SAP Ethiopia. Ethiopia is an implementation partner or supporting partner for SAP. So they have built 2 modules, that is retail fashion management and enterprise asset management. Okay, so EAM. So this 2 modules they have built, and so as SAP uses all the other functionality, so even for the saving of your data, means once you are saving your data, so they are giving you the functionality of reuse functionality also in SAP MDG. So it's not that once you are implementing MDG, your previous whatever you had implemented using the ABAP technology, like some enhancement for MM01, MM02, or the customer or the vendor, some enhancement which you have already done, so that will not go waste. You can utilize that enhancement in SAP MDG. So that's why they are giving the extensibility feature also in SAP MDG. So now we are in the version of 9.2, 1909, that is a HANA version, MDG 9.2. Before it was in 6, 7, 8, and now we are in the 2021. So now in 2021, we have the latest version of 9.2, and HANA version is 1909. And the main component that involves for MDG, for deriving this functionality, so that for deriving the MDG functionality, they have the main component. They are data modeling, UI modeling, process modeling, data quality, replications, and data transfer. So for this, the front end, we have both the parts. We have the front end part as well as the back end part. So the front end part is designed using the, where we say UI modeling, and it is on the on a technology of FPM, that is a floor plan manager, or now we have the latest technology that is on Fury, so UI5. So they have designed this and make compatible with the Fury Launchpad also, that is from the UI5 point of view, and all the UI that it was previously available, that all UI was built in the concept with the technology called FPM, Floor Plan Manager Concepts, which is the product of SAP. So I'll take a pause. Any questions? Any comments? Is it good? Okay, no questions. So I'll take it.
Yeah,
as
one question, Prasad. One
Yes.
question. So this MDG is as you said, is it kind of integrated application within S4?
Yes, it's a integrated application.
Okay, okay. So I have done work on the standalone instance. I think right now it's a standalone, right? It's not an integrated with ECC6 or Business Suite on HANA, right? Only on S4 it's an integrated application.
Yes, for S4 it's an integrated applications, but this which you are looking on this is like how to install SAP MDG. Okay, so
Okay.
this point is like how you install SAP MDG in your organization. So here, when we say standalone means you have your ECC system or S4HANA system. In that you incorporate it or you add a package of SAP MDG. You're making your old system as a compatibility by installing the new patches for SAP MDG by taking the license and you're installing it. Whereas, oh, sorry, so standalone means you are giving a different server, your own server. Sorry for the confusion. Standalone means you are having your own server, separate server for SAP MDG. On top of ERP is that you have your old system, and over that you are adding your new patches for SAP MDG, buying the license and installing the patches for SAP MDG. That is on top of ERP.
So when you say on top of operational ERP, it is applicable for even a business suite on HANA? Any ECC version? Okay, okay.
It's applicable for both, all.
Oh, okay, got it. Thank you.
But when you install, so when we start the classes, that time you'll understand what are the drawbacks of installing here, and what are the benefits having the separate server of SAP MDG.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. No questions. No questions. Okay, so now moving ahead. So what SAP MDG provide out of the box applications? Okay, so SAP out of the box, they are providing you the financial data, financial accounting, consolidation data, companies, profit and cost center. Supplier, they are giving you corporate, company, purchase related data, partner functions. For customer, you have corporate, company, sales related data, partner functions. For enterprise, that is EAM. For EAM, you have equipment, function location data, MIRO, MRO, bills of material. And for material, you have same corporate, sales organization data, plant, storage, warehouse, valuation, and costing. So these are some of the out of the box application, out of the box for MDG applications which SAP is providing you with the product. So now I'll just go ahead and how the MDG, how it works. So you see that MDG it's a central governance system. When you say governance, so when we say that, so it's a central governance system with consistent data. So how the data is consistent? So data in the consistent means when you are creating your data before MDG, you just go to MM02, you change your data, or you go to MM01, you create your data. And as soon as you click on save, it submits the data. There was no validations or no process to validate your data that what you have filled is correct. And due to which the business has lots of duplicate data in the system, or sometimes unwanted data, due to which the business at the end, the business has to suffer with the incorrect data in the system. So now when MDG is installed in your company, so what will happen now? Whoever is creating the data will not directly go and save in a database table, that is database table in the sense Mara table, or customer or the vendor, customer, vendor, supplier. So it will not directly go and save. It will go through the approval process, and all the approver, who are the SME service matter expert, they will validate your data, what you have filled, and then only your data is getting saved to your table, the concerned table. That means in this way, we are saying that whatever is coming in my company or in my table are perfect and a pure data without any duplications or any inconsistency in the data. So by using this governance approach, we are achieving this consistent data. And integration point of view. So SAP MDG is the SAP product. So you can integrate to any SAP product because it's a SAP to SAP. So they both understand their own language. Now coming to the third party. So SAP can integrate directly to the third party using the middleware also. So the integration to so now SAP can integrate you to SAP system as well as to the non-SAP system. So that's why you don't have any issue, you'll not face any issue for integration. Like if they're asking like, okay, my client use some new system, like a Cardex system. So how do like Cardex system, or sometimes they use Tibo system, sometimes they use MuleSoft integrator. So how do I integrate? So how do I integrate with third-party system? So you don't have any issue. You introduce a middleware between these two systems, and it directly integrates your system to the third-party tools. And also, even the quality of your data. So we have the conditional quality check. So it will automatically check your data quality before you send for approver. It is like at the time of filling only, the system will validate what you are filling, whether you are filling the correct data or the wrong data. System will automatically validate, and they will give you the error message saying that you're not filling the correct data. Please fill the correct data. If any, suppose if you are filling the wrong address, system will automatically give you the pop-ups that you are filling the wrong address. If you are filling the tax jurisdiction code, like on the US, we have a tax jurisdiction code. So based on the region, locations and all, the tax jurisdiction code, if you are filling the wrong tax jurisdiction code, the system will validate and say that you are filling the wrong tax jurisdiction code. So like these are some of the validations or some of the data quality steps that MDG handles and gives you the option that once it is submitted, you're not submitting a junk data, or you are not giving the hard time for the approver to validate, revalidate what the user has filled. So I hope this slide makes sense. Any questions from this point, these slides? Okay, I take it as a no. So I'll move to next. So how does it works? Okay, so MDG the product delivering out of the box, you have the reusability and extensibility features. So reusability, like I said, that any enhancement which you have done in your ECC or which you have done in S4HANA, it's not that all the functionality you will have to skip. Suppose you may have done some enhancement in Mara table, some condition in for material, some enhancement for material, some enhancement for BP, supplier or customer. So it's not that you have to let it go, that all enhancement. You can use all the enhancement as it is in MDG, and you can extend your data model in MDG point of view, whatever data you need, your work functionality that you need. So that's why they are given as the functionality reusability and extensibility. And even, as I said, you have the replication technology available in MDG. So integration is not an issue. You can integrate your data or send your data to any other systems within SAP or outside of SAP. So that will be your SAP system as well as non-SAP system. So there is no issue of replicating your data to a target system. And as I said, there is a huge collaboration or huge data binding with the data quality, that as soon as it's not that your data quality check will be done afterwards you fill the data. No, your data quality check will be done at the time you are filling the data. So the users are notified then and there saying that you are filling the wrong information. Please correct the information. Otherwise, if you're not correcting the information, the user will not be able to submit the change request only. And as I said, this is an integrated object model. So it is integrated with all the governance model. They have the out-of-box functionality, which is given as a for BP, for material, for finance, for retail and fashion, for EAM, enterprise asset governance. So all the object models are integrated at one place. Any question, guys? Okay. So now I'll show you how MDG works. Okay. So first of all, you'll get one form in MDG. You'll get one form like UIBB, and there as a requester. So we say as a requester means the person who is going to fill the form, that is called as a requester. You'll fill the details, and then what you'll send, you send for approval. You submit your change request and you will send for approval to your respective SME. So they will validate, and they will, once they validate and if they approve your request, then automatically your data gets replicated. Replicated in the sense that a transfer happens once you approve your change request. So what is a change request? So in MDG, you'll heard the term change request. So change request is nothing but a number or the way to identify your changes, what you have done. So suppose in MDG, as soon as you create your material, you cannot get that as it is a temporary material number. So you cannot say to the requester or to the approver, please approve this material number, because it's a temporary material number and we cannot have a valid tracking system. So in order to track that all the changes what you have done, so they have introduced a new term called change request. So it will have one number, like how we have if we are working in an organization, when we create or when we give the data for approval, so we get one ID, and based on that ID, we track all the changes what has been done. So that change, that ID, you can consider in MDG as a change request, by which you are going to track all your data, what has been created, what has been changed, who has changed, what has not been changed, when it was changed, all the information you can get tracked using a change request. So that's why that's a new term that is introduced in MDG as a change request. And as for MDM, we may have in MDM also, there was a concept called staging and active. So staging area, like till that once you submit a request, your data are available in a staging area. Staging area means temporary location where your data is saved, temporary place where your data is saved. Once it is verified and it is said that, okay, go ahead. So go ahead means approved. Once the data is approved by the approver, then your data gets saved to your actual place where the data has to be maintained, and it's the actual place where data has to be stored. Like suppose for material, your data will be stored at the MARA level. Suppose customer or the BP, your data will save at a KNA1 or LFA1 table. I hope this point is clear. Or any question on this point? Okay. So I'll just show you like the data model, how it looks. So it will have like these features in data model once we see in the system. It will have the existing ESP, the basic data, or you have the supplier information data.
So I have one question here.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go to the data model, say take example of say material, and so what you're saying is this material master, we will have a set of tables. Obviously, we will have it in the MDG system, correct? In the application,
yes.
right? So now in ECC, suppose if we add enhancements, like we have multiple views added besides what we see here. So we see here like almost 6 views under basic data and two views under classification. But in our application, in our domain, we have almost like another 6-7 views added in the on top of the standard.
Yes.
So how do we those views will be added to the MDG then?
So that's why so for that we have the UI. Okay, and in that UI you'll have all this details, like same view how you have in MDG in your what to say ECC, same view you'll have here, but the look and feel differs. So in MDG you'll have like this.
I think you got my question, correct?
Yeah, I got your point.
Right.
I'm just showing you the same view how it looks in MDG. So in ECC, when you go and you feel like view 1, view 2, basic data, plant purchasing, classification, characteristics, you feel all this information, right?
Correct. Okay.
So in MDG, so MDG, you don't have the transaction code MM01, but here we have the action. So here we say action as a create process, business process. Whether they are going for a create process or change process. Oh, it's giving some issue. No problem. I'll show you.
Yeah, we can come back after your code with the demo. No?
Yeah, I'll just quickly show you this view how it looks. Okay, I think it's taking some time. Okay.
So the question that I have is, see, in the MDG application, we have some set of views
Yes.
and we have
All the views. We have all the
all the
views.
views.
Whatever
Right.
is in ECC, same view you'll have in MDG. Same, there is no change.
Correct. But my point is, suppose if we enhance a new view, right? We add another view.
Mhm.
Is that something that we got to develop on the MDG as well?
Yes. If you add any new view at ECC side, then that view has to be enhanced even in MDG side also. So both side,
And even
because
you add a new field, a new anything that you add, you got to do it over here as well.
yes, both the side. Because actually now, initially you were maintaining your data from ECC. Now you're not going to maintain your data in ECC. You're just going to view your data. Right? So data will be saved from MDG only. So that's why I need that view in MDG. And in order to view your data in ECC, you need your view that the view, so that the data can be shown. Like for example, like you have the change request. Okay, so supplier information, you have all the information. So if you see here, you have all the information from what you see in the supplier screen, XK01, XD01. So all the view will be having like this view, and you can fill your details, go and do perform any enhancement you can do here.
Is this a Fury or is it a business client?
It's a business line, NWC. Yeah.
Okay.
But now we
All
have
right. Yeah, you can go. Thank you.
So like how we do when, like suppose when you are going for, as I said, in integration, okay, like when we do for integration to third party or replication to target system, so we have like this ALE. So this is the same terminology that we have in ABAP, IDOC, web service, RFC, file upload, and so on. So same we are using in MDG also. The extra features that has been added over here is like suppose basic central data function. Where is that duplicate check? So the workflow is associated with the supplier data. You submit your request. You see here that when you submit your request, purchase, cancel, stop, company code, and then it goes for the approval. And then once it is done, then the distribution happens with the integration. And this is like how to deploy your data, how to deploy SAP MDG in your organization. So when we say standalone, so that means the hub deployment, SAP will have, MDG will have its own server. And when we say on top of ERP, SAP and SAP MDG and SAP ERP in both linked in the same system, both are available in the same system. So this is the way how to deploy SAP MDG in your organization. So once you deploy this SAP MDG, what are the benefits that you are getting? So the first benefits is that your data is governed. You are getting your data as a clean and clear data in the first step. Third thing is that you are not getting any duplicate data in your system. Your data, whichever is coming as a pure and a fresh data. Fourth thing is that whichever you maintain, whether you are maintaining address information, that address details, so you are 100% sure that whichever the user has maintained my address details are not correct. It's not wrong, it's a correct address. Whereas if you are maintaining your tax jurisdiction, like mostly sometimes it happens like based on this region, the users tend to maintain the wrong addresses due to they are not aware about the address or due to sometimes the typing mistake. But now it's a smart system. So as they directly understands that based on your postal code, based on the region, the system understands that address which you're maintaining is correct or wrong. So these are some of the benefits that you get using when you're implementing your SAP MDG in the organization. Any question, guys? Okay, so what we cover in training, okay? So we cover from the start to end, that is data modeling. We cover the UI modeling, like, so in the UI modeling, we'll cover like what are the enhancement, how we add a new fields, new UI, new view in on MDG side, how to configure the processes. So processes, whether it's a single process, mass process, how to integrate the workflow with the process, because now suppose if it is a create process, and if this user says that if this is the plant, then approver has to be this. If this is the plant, suppose if it is a 1000 plant, there are some of the set of approver that has to be approved. If there is a 1001 plant, then these are the approver that has to approve. So we'll see like what are the process modeling, how to configure, and how to integrate your process with the workflow. And also we'll see, as I said, the data quality, that how to make a check or how to implement your data quality so that the user are not making any mistake at the time of creating or filling the form from MDG. And also if you have any information, like they has to be auto-derived. Suppose some value you say that, okay, no, these are some of the critical value that user cannot modify. It has to be auto-derived. Auto-derived means auto-filled, pre-filled, okay? Then that also logic, how to implement that and all. And then we'll see like data replications, how to integrate, how to configure your data, so that how to configure your MDG, so that once you are done with your changes, it will move to the target system. Target system may be SAP or your non-SAP system. Target system in the sense where your actual data will move from MDG, and for the business to use that, suppose if it is a material, then suppose for the business to use that material. If it is a cost center, profit center, supplier, customer, so it will go to the target system, so that business, so it's available for business to use that particular information. And also we'll see all this technical framework. We'll see the API, how which API are used, how this API are used, what are the different types of API involved in MDG. So these are some of the training component that what is the training is a main component, and this also in the training what we'll be covering.
So one question, sir.
Yeah.
So under data modeling, so would you be covering just material master, or you would be talking about customer and finance vendor? What's the plan?
Yes. So actually what we do, we cover one end-to-end scenario of one data model. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's up to the candidate what they want to choose, which they are familiar, so that one data model they know from start to end, like how it is implemented, how it is processed, how the enhancement to be done, how the data are getting saved and all. And other data model, we just cover the overview of how it works. We don't cover end to end of all the three data model.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we cover all the three, then the user will, then the candidate, because they are new to MDG, they will get confused. So that's why we ask the candidate to choose your data model, because it has to be from the candidate side, which they are familiar of. And if they choose, then that means they know their background in that, and they can ask more questions, and they are also getting something good out of it.
Okay. And question on the workflow, is there a kind of a standard template SAP provides? And what is it? Is it a process type workflow, or is it something? I'm just trying to recall those things. Is it
So
something
in
on
MDG, we use this business rule workflow.
BRF, right?
BRF, yes.
Okay. BRF plus?
Yeah, BRF plus link with
Hmm.
workflow. Link
workflow.
with our typical SAP workflow.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So BRF plus is your to configure your labels or the flow, like from where you want to go, how you want to go. And in the backend, the workflow is as a driving engine in the backend, which migrates which takes your work item from one place to another place.
Mm-hmm. So we will also have that kind of a configuration on the back end as well to ensure that the material gets posted as well.
Yes, yes. So we configure that so that your material is moved from MDG, and once it is finally approved or checked, your data is coming and saving at the MDG layer as well as HANA layer.
Yeah, another question related to the other slide that you showed with different type of installation, right? Yeah. So what's the pros and cons of having a separate instance versus on top of ERP? What's the kind of benefit that you get out of on top of ERP?
Yeah. So when you have on top of ERP, so the main thing is that you are saving your infrastructure cost. Okay.
Correct. Okay.
When you are from the cost point of view, and you are making your on top of when you are using this on top of ERP, you are making your same ERP system as your MDG system. That is the benefit. And when you deploy hub mode, so infrastructure cost increases, first of all. Second thing is that your downtime is very less in the hub mode. Whereas in the core deployment mode or in on top of ERP, your downtime increases because you have your other product also. So if the other product is going for upgrade, anyhow, you have to go for upgrade. Means even though it's not going, your product is not going for upgrade, because if the system is down, your system is down. Okay, but
yeah,
that is
these are all related to operational this thing. Other than that, would there be any? So it is basically the standalone MDG, and on top of MDG, application wise, it's the same software, right? It's going to be separate. It's the same.
Yeah, operational wise, it's the same. Only is that the flow of your data. That once you flow, like suppose you have your governance system of SAP MDG, and you want to say that, okay, this data must flow to the respective country, okay, from MDG. But now when you are on top of ERP, your filter, anyhow, you have to maintain your data. So if you don't need that information in that particular system, you have to maintain because that is your ERP system. Right? Whereas in MDG, as it is a separate server, you maintain your data and you can send to which system you want. Suppose you have 3 systems, that is from US, suppose US, Europe, and your filtration of data can be, filtration of data is possible in SAP MDG.
As a standalone.
Yes, as a standalone.
As a standalone. But in the top of ERP, it is still a separate server, or is in the same server?
It's the same server for all.
Both, right? It will be the same server. And okay. So in our class, so we are going to use a standalone, or you are going to use the
standalone? It will be standalone.
Oh, it will be standalone. Okay.
Because now we don't have any replication or something. So you can consider that it's a separate MDG server as such.
Oh, such. Okay. All right. So the place that I've used the MDM one was we had like 6 ERPs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then we had to come up with one MDM, and then we created, if I remember correctly, we had a kind of another WebDyn Pro instance those days, and that's where the front end application was using for. We implemented the vendor master first, and so that
Right.
vendor will be kind of checking against multiple ERPs, and I think the MDM was using it generates its own ID, right? So it has
Yes.
its unique ID, and then yeah, that kind of scenario we did it. It's been a while. I don't remember right now, but that's how the implementation was done. So that's why I'm kind of interested to know if it's going to be on top of operational ERP. Okay, thank you.
No worries. Any other question from? That's it. And no question.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Okay then. So if no questions, then we can take a break.
Oh, so we are done with the demo.
Yes. So
What?
this, yeah,
What's the last slide?
it's just questions. What is a
Oh,
summary? Yes, it's just a summary, which I already explained you, like how it works.
so, what's the kind of a duration? How many weeks and all those things? If you can-
We take it like 40 hours. 40 hours. Okay.
Mhm.
Based on what till now what we have covered. So we say as a 40 hours of duration, but
Mhm.
it depends on. But then there also the depends comes that condition to condition. Some, if they are good into your what is it, the back end, they are very good process wise, so they easily understand and they finish by 30 hours also. Some they take 50 hours also. So it depends on
Mhm.
person to person, like how they are, how is the background and how they understand this new concept.
Okay. So it will be a weekend class, right?
Yeah, it will be a weekend class.
Okay, it's just going to be in the same time, 8:30 p.m. time duration.
Uh, yes. So you are from which location? Means which
I'm in the US.
US which side? Eastern or CST?
No, I'm in the eastern side.
EST. Okay. Yeah,
So it
then
will
it
be 10.
8:30. Yeah, I think this will time will fit for you. So we'll have this same time.
And it'll be like 2 hours time, or what's the duration?
2 hours. 2 hours. 2 hours. 2 hours.
2 hours. Okay. Saturday and Sundays. Okay.
Yeah.
And so is this the latest version in 9.2
Yeah.
MDG?
9.2. Yes.
Okay. So will be doing some coding as well in this training?
Yes, we'll do. We will teach both techno because we'll cover both the technical and the functional. So it depends on how
Mhm.
like suppose if you know want to get more deep into technical, we'll go more deep into technical.
Mhm.
Okay.
No, just from the course perspective, I'm saying
Yeah,
that's
in a
not
course
me, right?
perspective, yes. In the course
Mhm.
perspective, we teach technical also. We teach the body also. What are different types of body, and so on.
Mhm.
So we cover
Mhm.
all. So like what we cover from the, I'll show you from the what to say, from the system point of view. So we start
Mhm.
from here, okay? In MDG,
Mhm.
this is we
Mhm.
start from here, general setting, and we end here, data transfer.
Mhm.
So this covers entire MDG.
Okay. How about the bottom ones?
Bottom one is something that just the installation part. So this also we cover because this is something getting when we this is just an overview session. When we do the overview session, we cover this
Mhm.
part, but actual
Mhm.
practical session is here. This is just an overview. Like if you see here, you'll understand this is just a predefined, just an overview of how to get your data when your data is fresh, when your MDG is installed, how to get your MDG, standard MDG product into your system. So this we
So
cover.
out of the box, SAP provides the business client as the UI interface.
Business line, yes. NWBC, yes.
NWC, Net Business Client.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's but you mentioned something like Fury as well, right?
Yeah.
How would that come into picture?
So the Fury Launchpad, now this is the latest that has come into the picture. So when you say, so now for Fury, you have to get a license. Then only you can use the Fury Launchpad, the front end.
Okay, but my question is how that Fury is kind of embedded into this application.
Embedded in this. So how this NWBC is linked with the role, right? It's linked with the role. Similarly, now we have this Fury also. So if I'll go to, so similarly, like NWBC, we have Fury roles.
Okay.
Okay. So based on that, we add the Fury roles and the Fury catalog. So standard role is given by SAP. Like suppose if I'm going here, you see here, like initially we used to add here whatever applications, Web and Pro applications. Now for Fury, we have the style catalog and a group. So once we add this, it's added in our role. And once this is added in our role, means to a user, then we have the particular transaction code. So like suppose if I'll go you, /UI2 plus FLP. So this is a Launchpad. So like how you are seeing here the view like this, similarly you'll see here also. Only the look here is blue, and here.
No, but if you use Fury, you got to use the this thing, right? OData services and all those things. So is it standard SAP takes care of it?
Yeah, SAP takes care of it because SAP has made compatible our standard SAP MDG product as a compatible to the Fury Launchpad. Like when it was NWBC, we use our GUI transaction code over here, right? And so, or even the GUI transaction code was compatible over here. We add, suppose any program transaction code, and and it is easily accessible using NWBC business client. Similarly, they have made your the standard Web and Pro component compatible to this one, the Fury Launchpad.
So our training is going to be Fury based, or is it going to be the business client?
We can use any. It's just a front end. We can use this also. We can use that also because nothing differ from our point of view. The UI remains the same. Everything remains the same.
No, but there will be a difference, right? When we have to, so you are not going to do any UI programming here, right?
No, we're not doing any UI programming.
Okay, so we're just going to do some kind of backend programming, or if you want to add some fields, then you will do some bit of programming on the. But you still have to do some.
So even if I add the fields, so as I said, our MDG product is built on Web and Pro component. Okay.
That's on the WBC, NWBC.
No, even this product is built on the Web and Pro component only. And the Web and Pro component is make available. Like if I'll show you the standard Launchpad, okay? Like suppose if I go here. And I show you Fury Launchpad. So you'll see all the standard library given by SAP only.
Yeah. No, but Fury is completely either they're using Eclipse or they're using WebUID, or in the latest one they use the Business Application Studio for UI developments, right? It's all UI5 based or
Yeah, they have
HTML5.
used, I'm not denying that they have not used, they have used this, but from MDG point of view,
Mm-hmm.
they have not updated till now. So only some application, that is the HANA analytic report, that are built on
Mm-hmm.
UI5, but other
Mm-hmm.
other applications, that's not still not converted to Fury, because MDG till now everyone has not gone into Fury.
Mm-hmm.
All the client has not gone into Fury. So I think it will take another 10 years to manage to get all the UIBB converted to Fury.
Okay.
Wait a second. Manage.
So what you are saying is, so those the MD, whatever we have configured, it will be all created as a view and will be displayed as a tile.
Suppose this is my manage material data. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is my Fury. Right. But if you see here, configuration, this is for HANA 2021, latest one. But
Mm-hmm.
still,
So we are using the backend as well. The MDG is the latest version. Huh?
yes.
Okay.
Okay. So now in this, they have given this one UI5 component. They have created as a new UI5 component for this. That is only applicable with this Fury Launchpad. But and this is so we get all this information here, whether it's a WebRAN Pro, whether it's a Fury UI5.
Mm-hmm.
Like suppose sorry. So you see here, these are all into WebRAN Pro component.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's all WebDriven Pro. Okay.
Pro application. WebDriver application.
Mm.
But still it is compatible to Fury.
Oh, okay.
So that's why they have not designed everything in Fury. Some analytical report they have designed in the Fury from scratch, that which was not available before, or only that is created as a new as a Fury Launchpad. Otherwise, all the others, because it's changing everything to Fury, it will have a huge impact for the client who is not using the Fury. They are using the business client. And Fury comes with a different license cost.
Correct.
So that's why they can't change everything to Fury.
So currently in our application, in our environment, we have a third-party system, or it's a different application, and material is being created and it's being sent out to our application or our system, and it's directly coming into the ECC system through IDOC.
Yes.
So if we decide to use MDG, we can still do that directly to the MDG MDG system through IDOC, right? We can do that still?
Yes, yes, we can do that.
Oh, okay. So we can still do the same. So, but the thing is, in the back end, they have a lot of segments, custom segments, and they come up their own custom IDOC type, and everything is custom.
Yeah, we can do that. You can customize your segments in the same segments can be customized here in MDG, because we
So
are
that's
also,
what I'm saying. So we will have to, everything we will have to customize in the MDG instance as well, and then change the process from that to here and then post it.
yes.
So is this this is required only if it is a standalone, or even if it's on the same instance?
This will only be applied when it's a standalone system. Okay. When it's a standalone system, you have to make this system as a central system. So wherever they're required a new configuration, wherever, like if you have 6 ERP system and they require some new fields in each system, you don't have to configure that same configuration in all the 6 systems. But in MDG, what all the 6 systems required, that has to be configured in this MDG.
Yeah, I got that point. But what I'm saying is, suppose if it's, say, 2 scenarios, right? One is a standalone instance. So we are talking about the IDOC, right? For example. So if it's a standard instance, then the new IDOC type, everything will have to be created in the MDG system.
Yes.
Right. But if it is an integrated system, the
Then
same IDOC type is visible in the MDG instance, or it has to be created?
No, it's visible.
Okay.
When it is on top of ERP, that means MDG will use the same thing.
Okay.
What your other system,
whatever we are using right now, it will be existing. It will be exposed.
Yes, it will be exposed to MDG. Only
MDG
that
and
only the additional configuration has to be done in MDG. Is that MDG has to configure that custom segment that we have added. That means from MDG, just a configuration. No, they don't have to go and create new segment. It's just a business system they have to add that, so that MDG is aware that some new segment is available.
But still, it will have its own database and everything, right? It will have its own tables and everything.
Yeah. Staging table, MDG will have its own staging table.
Own staging table.
Yeah.
So when the IDOC gets posted, everything will go into the staging table, and upon approval process, it will go to the backend.
Yes. So IDOC, you don't have to change, but when it's a segment, so when you have said it's a segment will have custom fields.
Correct.
Right. So then that custom field has to be configured in MDG.
MDG and okay.
Because MDG, to fill their data, you need to help the requester to fill their data, you need that fields, that UI, that attributes in MDG.
Okay, got it. So is this MDG? Is it good for or more suitable for what kind of volume that it can handle? It because it's pretty much it's all web based, right?
Yes.
What's the kind of volume that it can manage because of the transmission of data between different systems? Is there any kind of limitations on the number of materials or the number of customer master or vendor master that it can manage?
So
Is there any limit?
as of such, we don't have any limitation like how can you maintain, because anyhow you have this create process and the mass process. Okay, single processing and mass processing. So how the mass processing is handled in SAP, similarly, even the same way the mass processing is handled in as MDG also. So as such, only is that the performance time, it takes time to process mass process, but there is no as such limitation that you cannot send 50,000 data. Only the time it will take more, but you can send the data 50,000 data to the target system.
Target system, okay. Okay. In our case, we see on a particular day, the changes that happens on a specific material, that could be more than like a 1.5 million materials.
Oh,
so that kind of a volume will be on a huge spike, and the number of IDOCs generated will be close to 1.5 to 2 million IDOCs, and those have to be processed within a particular time frame, because it impacts the business, and that will be a system kind of lockdown, and everything will have to be processed, and the system will have to be reopened for the business in a certain time frame. So that's why that's the reason I asked this question. So if this is something exposed to that kind of a volume, since it's a web-based application, whether it will be processed or it will be faster.
in your data volume is very huge. I have not come across this scenario, but when we have this much volume, so doing from the web, it cannot be directly done from the web base. Whatever we do, we schedule a background job for this. It has to be scheduled in a background job, because when you have the front end, so the front end, what to say, the time frame will be maximum to 5 to 10 minutes that you can take the front end as a visible screen. But if you have such a huge amount of data, that cannot be done from the front end. It has to be done in the back end with the batch job.
Batch job. Okay. And also these workflows and everything, it is visible on the UI as well, right?
Yes, workflow and everything. You can track your workflow. You can track your workflow log, everything.
Okay. Sounds good, Prasad.
Okay. Okay, so I think we are done. We'll just, if you have any questions, you can contact Zahir. If you have any question from me, you can let me know. Or hello, group. Or
Yes.
any question, guys, from you?
No, good.
Okay.
So guys, we are going to start this batch from coming weekend. Okay. So if you have any plan for enrollment, so let me know and share me your contact number as well by mail. By the way, what's your location?
I'm from India.
Shrikant is from Eastern Zone, EST, US.
Yeah, I'm based out of US and Eastern. So yeah.
Okay, both are located to US, right?
No, she is from India.
Oh, okay, okay.
So
Okay, so I will share you complete course details along with the link, email link. Okay, if you have a plan to enrollment, so let me know. We're going to start this batch in coming weekend. Okay.
So the number of students is only be 2, or you have some other people as well? The reason why I'm asking is if we have more people, there'll be more questions, and that's the reason I'm trying to ask.
Yes, it will be around three to 4 students. Okay.
Okay.
If both you'll enroll already few students already enrolled. Okay.
Sounds good.
okay then. So
What about this Krupa? Do you have any plan for enrollment?
I'll let you know. Actually, I'm new to this SAP, so whether I can manage multiple things or not, I have to see. Without having
Once, yes, this is new. Okay, so I think that Prem is a really good trainer. He's having a complete experience. Okay, so he will go from scratch to end. Okay, I think if you will miss somewhere, so he can support you. Okay, so this is for complete fresher as well as experience. Okay, is it Prem?
yeah, we are covering both from scratch to end. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So don't worry, and I will guide you after completion of the course how to do the resume upload and all this thing, and that certifications, DOM and all that will guide you. Okay, so you can easily get the project and all the job and okay. Any questions do you have?
no.
So, what is your background, by the way?
I'm a front-end developer, currently working on AngularJS.
Okay, you're a developer already into a working ABAP.
No, not ABAP. I'm a front-end developer. I've been working on AngularJS, JavaScript, HTML.
Java is correct. Okay. Java is also language and ABAP is also language. And MDG is a combination of both technical and functional. Okay. So it's having a huge scope in Europe countries, US countries. Okay. So if you have plan to upgrade your knowledge, so let's see, will support you.
Sure, I'll let you know.
Okay. Okay, Shrikant, I will send you all the detail. Okay. I do have your mail ID and contact.
Yeah. Sure. Thanks. Just want to add one thing to Mupala since she attended this class with me. Some from my background, I just wanted to let her know. The core of the SAP ERP is basically the master data, right? So it'll be a good start for you if you wanted to kind of switch over to SAP career and understanding the fundamentals of the SAP ECC. So the master data will be a good start for you. Just want to share my experience with you.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'll consider.
Yeah, there are a lot of areas in SAP. pretty much everything deals with master data. So that's one of the reason I'm saying. No?
Yes, this correct. So as per my experience as well, the JavaScript is only used for website designing a website developer, all these things. So this is the limitations. Okay, if you jump into the SAP, SAP is a complete vast. We can say it's just like ocean. Okay, so and it's having a lot of scope as well. But people think into the developer is a limited point. Okay, in each area.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So don't worry about this. If you have questions, I will assist you. Not for just enrollment. We like to support the freshers. Okay, this is important thing. We do have the most of the customers now, but we like to support the freshers. So, okay.
Can you share this recording, this demo session with us?
Yes, sir. I will share all this.
Oh, great. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank you very much for your valuable time.
Thank you. Bye bye.